Sagittarius, how are you? This is Jess from Soul Star Healing and Tarot. I hope you are all great. I'm sorry it's a little dark in here right now. We have a big rainy day going on, and Rama, my cat, has come to visit. First of all, I want to thank you guys so much. Last month, you guys came through for me so hardcore. I'm a newer channel here, and I've been trying to grow the channel. And I think just about every month, Sagittarius has been just the most amazing support system. And as a Sag rising, North Node, Neptune, and I have a stellium in Virgo in the ninth house, which is Sagittarius as well. All of my inner planets, I radiate a lot of Sagittarian energy. So I really appreciate that you guys are supporting me and that I'm resonating with you guys, because I really do feel like even though my sun sign is in Virgo, it's in the ninth house. I just have a lot of Sag vibes. So I'm really happy that I can relate to you guys. So anyway, with that said, we're going to be doing a manifestation reading today. It is a collective reading. You can watch it for anywhere that Sagittarius is in your chart. Sun, moon, rising are the strongest energies. With that said, I'm sorry, Mr. Rama, you're going to have to move. I know. I'm sorry, buddy. I know. Okay, let's go. Thank you. We're going to see who is guiding this reading for you today with a Keepers of the Light Oracle. Okay. So much for lint rolling the table. One card, please, Spirit. Who is guiding this reading for Sagittarius today? Oops. Okay, well, this makes sense for Sagittarius 100%. I can never say this guy's name right. Melchizedek. All right, I'm getting it down finally. Melchizedek, higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. Okay, so Sagittarius, ninth house, is all about higher learning. So it's very much in alignment with our energy. We'll see how this relates to the reading, but you have definitely learned from experience, as this said, and now it's time for more study. So you may need to gain more information as you move through your manifestation here. Okay, I'm using the Enchanted for Hoxa for this reading. And I will do one white light oracle at the end. Okay, Spirit, 3 cards. What is the collective of Sagittarius manifesting at this time? Oh, geez. All right. Okay, not surprised, not surprised. I'm going to put these two together. Those are the last two that came out. All right. Flip that over. Okay. Spirit, what are the challenges for Sagittarius in this manifestation? Okay. What is the advice from Spirit? 3 cards, please. Okay, and what is the potential outcome? 3 cards, please. This is beautiful. Okay, let's start with your manifestation. So we have the Hanged Man, all right? And it's funny because my sun is Virgo and my rising is Sagittarius, as I said, and we have cards here that represent both. Actually, We also have my moon sign there too. Anyway, this is the Hanged Man. It's Pisces energy. However, this does work with kind of it would be the opposite of our north and south node energy right now. This is asking you to step into more of a Virgo energy from your Pisces energy, okay? And what does that mean? So, in situations, especially emotional or overwhelming situations, with this being a Pisces card, Pisces has a tendency to get very emotionally overwhelmed, okay? The reason why the Hanged Man is upside down is Spirit is saying, take a time out and ground your mind, move it to the earth, move to that practical Virgo energy. Okay. So this may be something that you're really focusing on learning how to do in all different areas of life. It will be different for everyone. However, when we get in a state of emotional overwhelm, when we are in difficult situations, we make them worse. Okay. We may react in ways that do not help us. We may create situations that do not help us or make things worse. um, there's a lot of things we do when we're in an emotional roller coaster. All right. So you may be really focusing right now on not continuing to have that energy in your life. And it requires a timeout. It requires that when you feel that energy building in yourself, you stop, remove yourself from the situation, and move out of that emotional type thinking and into logical, grounded thinking. Okay. We want to ground that head, that mind. So, again, everyone will be dealing with this in a different capacity, but really learning to ground our emotions so that we do not get ourselves into a state of emotional chaos when things come up in life. And the most important thing about this card is it does require a timeout. So it is us learning when to remove ourselves from situations, get into that Virgo hermit energy, and just stop and reflect on the entire situation, including our part, the part that we contribute to, so that we can change our perspective from victim type thinking into somebody that takes action with logic and practicality. Okay. That's a great thing to manifest, and everybody needs that in one way or another. And who shows up here? Temperance. We show up in our own reading. Now, when you've taken that time out in that Hanged Man position and you've learned to ground your emotions and slow down and get introspective so you can change your perspective on the situation, now we learn how to take the things that we come to realization about ourselves, okay, in that hangman position, and especially how we've learned to handle our traumas and our difficulties and our disappointments and all of the things that we store within our body that make us feel not good enough, or that we're always being taken advantage of, or any type of negative impact that things in our life have on us. Instead of using them as things to hold us back and keep us in a wounded state, we learn to process them in a way that we grow from them and become stronger from them. And this is a healing process. Again, taking a time out here, a card of patience. So there's a lot here in this manifestation about really moving slowly, being patient with yourself, okay? So we want to turn all of those difficulties into our strengths. And the only way to do that is in this hanged man position, is to change how we think about them. Okay. We absolutely can be in horrible situations in our lives. Okay. But we don't have to stay in the hurt and in the pain if we can find, even in the worst situations, a lesson or a way to bring that situation or energy into a higher vibration. And I'll give you a quick example. I'm not going to go deep into this story, but when I was 10 years old, my sister was killed by her school bus, and my mother obviously was just absolutely broken. Okay. This is back in 1985. This is a long time ago. But instead of sitting in pain, my mother stepped into action and she started the movement of putting school bus monitors on buses, because it didn't seem right that a bus driver could have 60 or 70 kids on a school bus and have to drive, but a teacher could be in a stationary classroom and only have 25 kids. So my mother was part of this big movement to put school bus monitors on buses. And she took her pain and she turned it into something that made her stronger and saved the lives of so many children. Okay. And those are our big temperance moments. Um, we can change a situation into something very positive. Something that should have broken us makes us stronger. Okay. So, amazing thing to manifest. So, I'm saying I'm giving you a horrible situation, showing you that it's possible in life to turn just heartbreak into something powerful. Okay. So, however, you're manifesting that in your life, it's a beautiful thing to be focused on, Sagittarius. Okay. And it's our energy. So for some of you, you may be trying just to get back into your own energy and and have control over your own energy as well. Okay. Being in complete control of the situations around you. So then here we also have the 2 of fire with the 10 of fire. And so this would be the burden. This would be the things that are burdening you and overwhelming you, and realizing that at every time you reach a burden, you have the ability to choose your path. You don't have to stay in it. You can step forward and say, you know what? I've been down that road a million times. I'm not choosing that path anymore. Okay. I'm doing my healing work here. I'm getting control of my emotions, and I'm getting control of my healing. And now I'm going to choose my own path. I'm not taking the overwhelming path that lets me down and takes all of my energy away from me. So I don't have it to put into my passions and my creativity and my growth and the things that bring optimism into my life. You're going to stand up and say, no, not anymore. I choose my path. I choose the path of optimism. I choose the path of passion. I choose the path of my creativity and my highest excitement. And that's another amazing thing to be manifesting, Sagittarius. I'm very happy to see that. Okay. You are in control. All right. So, challenge the high priestess, trusting your intuition. Okay. Because I do believe, especially where you've had these burdens and difficulties, worrying about what other people think if I say no or do what's in my best interest and I let people down, and all of those things we burden ourselves with energetically. Okay. You go within, you know what is right for you. Okay. This high priestess, she is very, very confident in her ability to make the right decisions for herself. And even if you've been challenged by doing that, it doesn't mean that you can't do it. It's just a challenge that you are being asked to overcome or look at right now. The other thing with this high priestess is she operates alone. Okay. She doesn't rely on other people's approval to move forward in the way she knows is in her best interest. She doesn't rely on input from other people. She doesn't need their advice. She doesn't need their guidance, because she knows what's right for her is within her, not outside of her. Okay. So really focus on trusting yourself. And especially in that excuse me, hanged man position, take some time to meditate and connect with your higher self. Okay. Pardon me for 1 second. I'm going to take a quick sip of water. Thank you. Okay. And what does that allow us to do? Another challenge that's here. Okay. And I can see this card is very much present in what's been going on here. 8 of water, knowing when to walk away from what's not emotionally fulfilling us. Okay. And if we're not walking away from what's not emotionally fulfilling us, we're not walking towards what is. Okay. This is a challenge that you can absolutely, little by little, overcome. I feel like in the energy I'm picking up here, there's been a lot of focus on trying to make other people happy, okay, and not stepping out into your authentic self because you're worried about what other people are going to think. And this card is saying, It's time to release that. Okay. The other thing with this particular card is this person is surrounded by butterflies. This is an opportunity for you to transform the way you've been dealing with your water energy, your cups, your emotions, okay, into something new that works for you in a higher vibration. Because again, like I said, if you are not, if you're stuck in a place of cups that are not fulfilling you emotionally, you're not moving towards your happiness. Okay. So the challenge here is to get yourself unstuck. Okay. And know that your fulfillment is on the other side of that challenge. It requires bravery, but you can do it. And then we have the Nine of Earth. This is the Nine of Pentacles. This is a Virgo card. So it's Venus and Virgo. So there may be here what's in this absolutely being a challenge card makes sense is that you may be afraid to be alone. You may be afraid to be independent. You may have some fear or lack of belief that you can do it, but you may have some fear of being successful because being successful comes with a lot of responsibility. Okay. Sorry, there's an ambulance going by. However, just because it feels a little fearful right now, again, just like I'm saying with the Eight of Water energy, doesn't mean you can't accomplish it. If it feels a little uncomfortable, if you're afraid to be alone, because especially if you've been looking for other people's approval and kind of holding yourself stagnant in order to not ruffle feathers, being independent would be a very scary thing to think about. Okay. One step at a time. But with this card here, I know that the high vibration of this Nine of Earth is fully available to you. You just have to step into it. And it brings so much abundance, so much prosperity. I don't know what's going on out there, but there's so many ambulance and police cars going by. Sorry for the interruption. So it is available to you. You know, it may be a little scary to step into this place of standing on your own 2 feet, but it certainly doesn't mean that you can't do it. And with this being a Pentacles card or an Earth card, make a plan and make one step at a time. Pentacle energy does not rush. It plans things out methodically and one step at a time with the long term, with future vision to bring stability, safety, and security. Okay? Then we have the advice from Spirit. Okay. Council of Monarchs. The advice from Spirit is, first of all, know they are here supporting you. Know they are here to help you with anything that you need help with. All you need to do is ask. Okay? And the other thing with this advice is Spirit is saying that this is a holistic healing process. Okay. It's not just focusing on your pentacles or your wands or your cups or your swords. They're asking you to look at this in a way that you can bring a full balance to all of these elements and the abilities that they strengthen you with. So your pentacles, how to bring stability, how to be grounded in your movements forward, how to make a plan and see it through to the end. I don't know what is going on out there right now. Hold on one second. I'm so sorry, Sagittarius. I just wanted to stop that for a second because another ambulance, fire truck, or whatever was going up the street. So focusing on the pentacle, focusing on your wands, your courage, your motivation, your passion, your creativity, all of those beautiful things. And especially with the wands, we always want to remember that's about our energy. Okay. We want to protect our energy from people that are energy vampires or manipulators or gaslighters. Okay. Protecting your energy as well. Our cups, our intuition with that high priestess there, our ability to heal, our ability to use our emotions in a mature way, right? Working with emotional maturity and our sword, our communication, our inner dialogue, okay? Our integrity, our truth. So Spirit is saying here in this process, work on all of these things in unison and you will be a very strong version of yourself, okay? And then, especially this card in these situations here is really stood out to me because the devil's here. Set your boundaries. No more people pleasing. No more selling your soul, selling your dreams and your wishes and the things you want to make other people happy. It is not your job to make other people happy. That's their job. Your job is to do things that bring you to your highest vibration so that you are a light to everyone around you. Don't let anyone dim your light. Okay? Stay focused on your boundaries, how you want to structure your life. And there was something else I wanted to say with this card, and it slipped my mind. It might come to me as we keep reading, but it's oh, this card requires that you put your backbone where your wishbone is. Okay, stand up, because if you're looking for everyone to change around you and you're giving them more time and not walking away when you need to, giving them more time than they've earned. Okay, you need to put your backbone where your wishbone is and stop waiting for other people to change. You change, and the people that are really meant for you will stand by you and see you through till the end. Okay? Anybody that's truly there for you is never going to leave your side. And then we have the Elder of Water, advice from Spirit, another card of the emotional maturity, like I was saying, in the Council of Monarchs. This card is, even though there's a mermaid on it, this whole deck is represented by women, but it does have more of the energy of the King of Cups. Be a leader of your emotions. And it goes right back to this Hanged Man. Okay? Be a leader. Don't let other people kind of take the lead and tell you what your emotional state is going to be. It's time to step up and for you to be the leader of your emotions and your emotional relationships. Okay? With emotional maturity, this card is very much about doing it in a way that you have integrity when you do it. You don't have to take the bait if other people want to fly off the handle emotionally, okay? You stand your ground, as we know with this Devil card, and you act in a way that you know is emotionally correct for you and keeps your integrity intact, okay? Potential outcome. And this I absolutely love, because now we have this complete masculine and feminine balance here, okay? The Elder and the Queen of Water. This is you really nailing this manifestation with that Pisces card as the first card. Okay? Stepping into now the energy in which, yes, you are still operating with emotional maturity. You're now trusting that intuition, your ability to heal yourself, heal others. You're a wonderful guide. You're able to help yourself and help others. The reason why the Queen of Water is such she's called like the counselor card, is she intuitively knows what type of healing each person needs. We don't all have the same needs when it comes to the healing process, but she's so in alignment with people's energy that she intuitively knows that one person needs this type of healing and the other person needs this type of healing. And it's very easy for her to do that for not only other people, but herself. Okay. And again, going back to the intuition, she's so highly intuitive. Okay. And that water energy, really trusting your intuition. Okay. Sagittarius, I love this. Then we have the 10 of water, 10 of cups. What happens when we go through this manifestation process and meet our challenges, listen to the advice from spirit? We have a 10 of water, 10 of cups. Our relationships take a whole new turn because now they're emotionally fulfilling. We're healed. We're attracting healed people. Everybody's working at the same energetic level. Everybody has the same goals of their emotional relationships. And there's no more conflict and burdens and not knowing which path to take, staying in things too long, sacrificing our boundaries for people, okay, not feeling confident enough, not trusting our intuition. All of that is lifted because now you're with this beautiful support system of people that genuinely love you, genuinely support you, hold you up, and just bring high vibrational energy around you. Okay. And what does this do for you? You get to start a whole new version of you, page of fire. Okay? You have that flame right in the palm of your hand and you can do anything you want with it. Okay? The sky's the limit. It's a brand new start of the new you, stepping out into your highest excitement, into your passion, into your creativity, into the trust of being spontaneous. Okay? You get to start from scratch. The healed version of you gets to start a new story. Okay? Sagittarius, I love this. It's absolutely beautiful. Let me get one white light oracle for you and see how spirit wants to conclude this reading for you. Again, I apologize for all of those ambulance going by. I hope everybody's okay, but it was one after the next. Okay, spirit, one card for Sagittarius, please. Okay, we have the Sun of 417 Hertz. And interestingly, this is the card, the 16 card. Okay. Oh no, am I wrong? Oh no, Temperance is 14. I don't know why. I thought Temperance was 16. If you know, put it in the comments because I'm brain farting right now. I'm pretty sure Temperance is the 16 card, and I'm horrible at reading Roman numerals. Okay. All right. You have what it takes. You are a light bearer. Within you is a healing power and spiritual wisdom you can tap into to find your way through any confusion or doubt. Have confidence in yourself and know you are enough. Expect an affirming yes from the universe. Oh, hold on, I have more here. Our sun is a self-luminous being. It does not reflect light or energy from other sources, but rather generates its own light. It is quite literally an enlightened being. The sun is our spiritual mentor, teaching us how to be spiritually self-reliant when we cannot find the support or guidance externally and need to go it alone for a time. As I was saying before, I feel like there's too many people around you uh, dimming your light. Such phases can be difficult, but they are temporary, and inner spiritual strength is built during such times. Sometimes we don't realize our own strength until circumstances force us to find out. That Temperance card. Connecting to one's own inner light is a precious and empowering gift. It allows you to feel spiritually held from within. Once you have established such an inner connection, you are unlikely to give your power away again, less prone to being manipulated, and more likely to live in harmony with your soul values than rather than the typically soul denying priorities of mass consciousness, as I was saying in that devil card 100%. As your soul connects to the inner sun, your relationship to the light heals. It is not seen as separate. Instead, the soul begins to recognize the light as a constant inner reality that can be relied on for sanctuary. As the soul recognizes itself as a higher self, a being of light, the fears of the mind no longer dominate the heart as they used to. The inner light encourages the heart to depend upon its wisdom, to live as though the light was more real than the darkness of doubt and worry. The soul turns within, begins to tap into its own potential, and in doing so gains further self confidence, spiritual empowerment, and loving presence. If you are criticized, misunderstood, or disrespected by those around you, rely upon your inner connection to the light to see you through such dark times. You can commune with your inner light in private without needing to explain, justify, or even speak of it to anyone. That high priestess, just what I was saying, she doesn't work with other people. She works alone. Okay? Your inner light shall continue to shine bright no matter what is happening around you. The frequency of 417 hertz is a spiritual truth serum. So if you can find music at that hertz, listen to it for sure. Okay. It undoes false perceptions and dismantles circumstances and situations that are not meant for the soul. When a challenging situation is helping the soul to grow, this frequency will help you understand how to work through it in a soul-centered way, staying connected to the light within. If a situation such as a toxic relationship is creating a barrier between the soul and the light, weakening its ability to evolve and causing it to become stuck in trauma and negative patterns, this frequency will dismantle the negative circumstances. You always have free will, but your capacity to exercise that free will in a self loving way will become more available to you. The 417 hertz frequency facilitates a healing shift into the vibration of the higher self. Your authentic life path is directed by your higher self. As it is unique, there is no use comparing your path to any other path in order to determine its validity and value. Just what I was saying about that two of fire. Okay. I mean, if this is not really um, coming into alignment with everything that we were talking about. So, the moment your soul takes its authentic path, wondrous awakening can take place. There is a feeling of closeness and connection to the sacred. This frequency helps wipe away experiences of alienation and reestablish a deep, loving connection with the universe. It cleanses traumatic experiences and memories and any malignant habits formed as a consequence of past pain to allow the soul to experience true kindness, compassion, and love for self and others. In this oracle, it signifies that no matter what's happening in your life, you've got this, Sagittarius. And with that, I thank you again for being here. If this did resonate with you, again, if you would support the channel with a subscription, like, comment, share, any of that good stuff, I would be so grateful. Best of luck to you, to us on this manifestation, and I will see you soon. Take care. Oh, and I'm going to do a bonus reading for you guys. I think I'm going to do a love reading, which I think I'm going to post on Saturday. So keep an eye out for that. I just want to post that as a thank you to you guys for being such a great support system for my channel. Okay. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.